Welcome to Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, prescribed by Dr. Harrison. You know, I got some pretty cool friends who are doing some great things in their life, and I got the chance to hang out with a buddy of mine that I haven't seen for maybe 4 or 5 years, it feels like. But he's currently in his residency becoming a doctor, and his specific area of research is sleep. And we were talking this weekend, I was just asking him about, what he had done, what he's up to. Then we got into talking about sleep patterns, and he started sharing with me some of his work. And that kind of sidetracked into some different conversations of some different areas of research and topics that he had interest in. But the thing that he mentioned that I want to share with you guys that I thought was just, so brilliant and so simple was the notion of touch. He was saying how we're social creatures, we're social beings. We need to feel the touch of another person. This isn't just for our emotional or psychological state. Physically, our bodies need touch and contact with other human beings. But we're so scared to share and be vulnerable and be affectionate. Now, maybe you're affectionate with your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, but even that, it could even go further, right? Like, everyone could use more affection. And if it's, say male to male and someone feels a little uncomfortable with, say, a guy massaging their shoulder or something, relax, right? We need contact. It shouldn't always have to be a sexual thing. But it made me start thinking about the kids and contact. As babies, kids get contact all the time, just nonstop touching, hugging, bouncing, holding, wiping, cleaning, feeding. Everything. But then as they get older and they start to walk, well, we start to touch less and less and less. We stop being as affectionate as we could be, right? I once had a friend who I was working with, and this was a grown man in his mid-30s. And every time he saw his dad, they would shake hands. And I never saw them hug. And it was the weirdest thing to me. But that's how they approached affection. Now, I know there are some cultural boundaries that may stop you from being as affectionate with your kids, whether it be male to male, male to female, or something of that nature. And, I can't speak to you adhering to cultural boundaries or cultural rules. That's up to you. But if those rules aren't there, give your kids a hug. Give them high fives. Pat them on the back. Rub their shoulders. Rub their head. Right? Play around with them. Wrestle with them. Give them the affection they need. Constantly tell them you love them and show them by giving them a hug, a kiss. Even if it is in front of their friends and they feel embarrassed. Right? When we stop doing that is when they start getting older and they get uncomfortable doing that in front of others and they feel some type of way or feel embarrassed because of how others may perceive their affection and love. Who cares? My kids will never be embarrassed by giving their dad a hug or a kiss. Ever. And I don't care at what age. To this day, every time my mom, dad, and sister come into my home, they get hugs. My niece, she gets a hug. When they leave, they get hugs. Right? When we laugh and joke, we put our hands on each other. I'm constantly, messing with my middle one's hair or playing around with the youngest or me and the oldest teaching him how to do stuff. But if I keep my distance and try not to be too affectionate, what I'm going to end up with is a very cold, a very scared, and a very awkward person when it comes to affection as they grow older. So stop hiding. Stop feeling weird about it. It's your child. Show them love. Show them affection. Hell, start showing more love and affection to everyone else around you. It's okay to touch people. It's okay to give them a hug. All right? Make sure that you're doing those things because if you don't, well, it won't last. There's an interesting point that was made that I read somewhere, I believe it was, or maybe someone mentioned it to me, but it was amazing to me. And it was at some point as a child, you were picked up and put down to never be picked up again. Just because you got older. Now, I'm not saying going around pick up your 17-year-old, 200-pound son. But you should be giving him a hug every single time you see him. every time, no matter what the circumstance or situation. All right, that's Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Don't forget to hashtag Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, hashtag 4D. Check out all the social media at rebirthbx. Hit the subscribe button. Join on in. Got videos still coming every single day. Check out everything at rebirthbx.com. All right, you guys, great start to the Monday. Go give somebody a hug.